Good evening, one and all. We welcome you all to the international webinar series on holistic health, well-being, and sustainable development 2024, commemorating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, nation celebrating 76 years of independence, United Nations Sustainable Development Goals 2015 to 2030, as part of awareness and campaigns in collaboration with Sri Holistic Health Foundation India and Sri Research Institute Center for Art Sciences and Wellbeing. Before we start our sessions, let's take the blessings of Almighty.
कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः.
With the blessings of Almighty, we shall continue with today's commemorations. Today, we are commemorating as Distaff Day or Rock Day, which is an annual celebration held on January 7th, and we are so ready to rock this one. This day celebrates the distaff and what is symbolized during medieval times, namely the efforts and work of women in textile to society. A distaff is a tool used in spinning to hold the wool or flax before spinning it onto the spindle, and it keeps the fibers untangled and makes the entire spinning process easier. We all love the soft and soothing feel of cotton and woolen clothes on our bodies, especially during winter season, when the cold seeps into our bodies and we wear clothes for warmth. But really, the history of making clothes as we know today is rich, and at the forefront of its evolution is simple but important tool like distaff. A distaff is a tool used for holding unspun fibers, and women would freely wrap the fibers around it. Distaff Day takes root in the old edition when women returned to their regular household chores 12 days after Christmas. Distaff Day is also about commemorating and celebrating women's work in the home. Spinning was very important in European traditions and throughout history. Today, spinning has become more of a hobby than a house chore. The different types of distaff include the basic distaff, which is simply a smooth stick, Russian style distaffs, and which are more decorative and board like in shape. Before the spinning wheel was invented in 1533, women used a distaff and the spindle to spin wool fibers or flax. A common method of handling a distaff was holding it under the arm when spinning it or attaching it to a designated spinning wheel. The use of a distaff and spinning wheel slowly became acknowledged as exclusive to women and a symbol of maternal side of family. Writers like Chaucer and Shakespeare also lavishly use the word distaff in their works, popularizing the symbolism. First clothes were made with animal skins, fur, leaves, and grass around 30,000 BC. The word distaff originates from the Low German and means a bunch of flax connected with a staff around 1000 AD. Robert Herrick composes a poem about the antics of Distaff Day in his collection of poems titled Hesperides in 1648. Godfred Shadow makes a sculpture depicting three women spinning with a distaff Fate's sculpture in 1790. So Distaff Day is also known as, often referred as Rock Day or Rock Day. In some Northern European languages, rock or rock means distaff. A distaff is an instrument used to spin fibers into flax or wool for threading. The spinner held the distaff under the arm as she wound the fibers loosely wrapped around it onto the spindle in the other hand. It originates from an Old England word, staff, meaning staff, and dis, which means a bundle of flax. So the word was first used around 1000 AD. So using a distaff and spinning system may be seen ancient, but we are celebrating, aren't we? Spinning the flax or wool to make yarn with a distaff is certainly a fun thing to do. Try out spinning. As a way of celebrating Distaff Day, we encourage you to teach someone how to use distaff. It is also an opportunity to flaunt your skills and showcase what you have done using the tool. If you don't know how to use it, you can learn how to use it. The word distaff refers to the female side of the family, as in the distaff part of the family. Distaff also means female. At one time, spinning flax and wool was the main work of women. They got back to it after 12-day Christmas celebrations, ending on Epiphany or January 6th. Distaff Day is sometimes referred to as Saint Distaff Day or Distaff Day. However, it is pronounced, regarded as a medieval joke. Some call it as Saint Distaff Day. So the distaff is associated more with women as they often used it as a pastime when they meet each other, predominantly used by women. In the 16th century, William Shakespeare's book popularized distaff as a word to refer to women. So the distaff is one of the fundamental pieces of equipment women used in clothing and textile making for most of the 16th to 19th cultures. As such, it serves as an irrefutable tool in clothes making history. This day helps us appreciate the beauty of fashion and the effort that goes into making it. Distaff Day reminds us of women's huge contribution to the society and the business of clothing and fashion. It promotes skillfulness and innovation. To use the distaff, you need consistent practice as portrayed in the skill with which women spun beautiful threads and yarn from wool and flax. Distaff Day promotes the skillfulness and ability to open oneself to innovate things and versatility. Today is also commemorated as Golden Globe Awards in United States, an event to recognize brilliance in both American and international film and television. The Golden Globe Awards in January is one of the major Hollywood awards for the entertainment industry. This year it takes place on January 7th. Actors, directors, cast, and crew had vied for golden statuette and the prestige that comes with it since 1944. Although these awards have been somewhat embattled of late, recognition by their peers is still much cherished act, and the Golden Globe delivers the rewards. A group of Los Angeles-based foreign journalists came with the idea for the Golden Globes to help the distribution of cinema to non-US markets. They initially created the Hollywood Foreign Correspondents Association in 1943. By then, the Academy Awards were well established and the organization realized What a good idea it would be to have a similar award ceremony to honor film contributions from America and foreign cinema. The first Golden Award, Golden Globe Awards in January 1944, were held at the 20th Century Fox Studios and only gave out scrolls in place of awards. The idea for the current statute, a golden globe surrounded by a film strip, came from the following year from the president of organization, Marina Cisternas. 6 years later, the group split into two, only to reunite 5 years later, becoming the Hollywood Foreign Press Association, in short known as HFPA. Award ceremonies continue to held in various venues across the US with new award categories added. By 1963, the Golden Globes featured individuals to hand out the awards. Specially hand out the awards. In addition to the host or presenter, introduced as Miss Golden Globe, later renamed as Golden Globe Ambassador, these persons were often the daughters and sometimes the sons of celebrities. Over the years, the awards were broadcast globally, reaching 167 countries worldwide and airing live across all US time zones. While questions of credibility has dogged these awards, voter fraud, allegations of awards for attendance and more, the current generation's adoration for all things entertainment raised Golden Globe status to bigger and better heights according to TV ratings. This ceremony has consistently been one of the television's most watched events. In the wake of new challenges against the HFPA, they issued live streaming for the 2022 award ceremony, releasing the list of Golden Globe winners via their social media. The Golden Globe includes television as a category for Golden Globe in the television achievement, with three permanent award categories: Best TV Series, Best TV Actor, and Best Actress. The organizing committee cancels the 65th Golden Globe Awards due to threat of picketing writers from the striking Writers Guild of America, announcing winners via an half-hour long press conference in 2008. The Golden Globe goes from being one of the two major Hollywood award ceremonies, without a host to live shows with solo presenters. The kick-off show this trend with English comedian and actor Ricky Gervais in 2010. From hostless to hostapalooza. Winners get a sleek new design. The statuettes are taller, leaner, and more golden than their preceders, with the bronze replacing the marble base. In 2019, the Oscars are widely considered the most prestigious Hollywood award show, although the Golden Globes have held their own in most distinguished category. Golden Globe Award winners get an immense amount of prestige and fame, plus that statuette for their work, but no actual prize money is given. The Emmy Awards honor people across the television industry, while the Golden Globe Awards recognize foreign and domestic films and television. Dress like the stars and celebrate the award season with a special viewing party, complete with fancy food and drink. You can have current or past Golden Globe Award ceremonies playing on your screens. You can pick up your fun activities like Best Expressions on Screen Award, Pull Our Heartstrings Award, and choose winners among them. A little pre-Golden Globe Award show to showcase your picks and kickstart your viewing party is just right amount of celebration you need in January. Revisit past Golden Globe Award highlights online, watch some amazing and not so amazing hosting gigs by famous people, check out the funniest award speeches, and admire some of the braver fashion choices over the years. Any online entertainment site and personal blogs too have a wealth of throwback pictures and media for you to enjoy. The youngest Golden Globe winner was 9-year-old Rick Schroeder, won the Golden Globe for Best New Male Star of the Year in 1980, the first and youngest person to ever do so. For the first and only one time, the 1989 Golden Globe Award saw a tie between three actresses for the Best Actress in a Motion Picture: Jodie Foster, Shirley MacLaine, and Sigourney Weaver. Across the competitive and honorary categories, Barbara Streisand and Meryl Streep lead with 11 and 7 wins respectively, although Streep has been nominated a total of 33 times. Sandra Oh makes history twice as she won her second award in 2019, making her the only woman of Asian descent to win multiple Golden Globes. And this, she was made history that same year by being the first Asian to host the awards ceremony. MJ Rodriguez won Best Actress in a Drama Series at 2022 Golden Globes, making her first Black transgender woman to do so, making history one more time. We have fun stargazing, what they are wearing, who they bring to their ceremonies, and what they say in acceptance speeches. Every single thing about Golden Globe Awards holds a lot of fun for us, and we hate missing even a moment of it like these. Deserving stars who give their all to the shows get some well earned recognition, and we are for it. They began featuring hosts that love showing off their comedic talent, and often acceptance speeches lean towards the funny and inspiring too. And it's a glamorous stand up show. Today is also commemorated as Harlem Globetrotters Day in US, a day to honor one of the greatest teams in the history of basketball in US. Harlem Globetrotters basketball team is one of the 10 basketball teams ever to make the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame. They broke the color barrier in the NBA and the gender barrier in the Olympics. This team has given us so much entertainment while doing that, what they do best, playing basketball, and we are happy to be celebrating. Everyone loves a good game of basketball, the roller coaster of beautiful emotions that courses through us as we watch two teams play against each other and showcase their talent while we cheer on our favorites. The game has become integral in our lives as we play and watch in our schools, parks, and at the stadium, on television, and even at home. Some of the teams have gone further to help make lasting happy memories, one of which is the Harlem Globetrotters. The game of baseball was developed in 1891 by James Naismith, a Canadian American gymnastics teacher in Springfield, US, and became one of the most popular sports in the world. The game consists of two teams of five separate players on each side, vying against each other to shoot a basketball into the opponent's hoop while preventing them from shooting through their own hoop. Harlem Globetrotters have played in 124 countries on 6 continents. They are real games because the Harlem Globetrotters play to win, but they put some fun into their games. And Harlem Globetrotters have won 27,000 games and lost only 345. This is a good time as any to watch replays of Harlem Globetrotters matches. Surf the web for those thrilling, spellbinding videos of creativity, sport, and entertainment at their peak, and have a good time watching with friends, family. The team boasts over 140 million fans in 123 countries, and they have played in different countries before kings, presidents, and royals. The Harlem Globetrotters are an exhibition team that has infused entertainment and comedy into their games. The team inserted the slam dunk, fast break, uh, forward and point guard positions, and the first 4 point shot set 30 feet from the hoop incorporated into basketball today. Having fans worldwide, the Harlem Globetrotters unite millions of people who celebrate and enjoy the sport of basketball. Today is also commemorated as I Am a Mentor Day in US, is an annual celebration marked on January 7th in the honor of mentors who play a vital role in people's lives. Demonitoring as a concept has gained moment in recent years. Perhaps you have emerged scientifically as mentors. Mentoring as a concept has gained momentum in recent years. People have emerged specifically as mentors who specialize in training, inspiring the youth towards goal, careers, and lifestyles. Among the good things that 21st century have brought in, the concept of mentoring is something that has much needed. This year, the aim of I Am a Mentor Day is to encourage all those who have hidden mentor in them to the rise and share their experiences. Mentors have coexisted in our society since ancient times. They have existed in the form of history has countless examples of mentors who became famous. Aristotle is a prime example. He was mentor of Alexander. The great Steve Jobs was a mentor to many. Warren Buffett has been a phenomenal business mentor for businessmen and entrepreneurs. In Christian texts, David was a mentor to Solomon, the wisest person ever in the Christianity. In Islamic text, we have famous examples of Tabriz being a mentor to Rumi. All these notable people have played their craft as winkers. All these notable all these notable people have played their part as mentors who raised pupils even better than them. As Master Yoda once said, we are what they grow behind. It is a difficult concept to grasp at first, but the moment one begins to understand this, it goes deeper. A mentor is supposed to be guiding hand in times of darkness or hopelessness. These people were hard to find, and those as a mentor is supposed to be guiding hand in times of darkness or hopelessness. The people were hard to find. These people were hard to find, and those who found such mentors were definitely lucky. Today, when we are almost infinite possibilities, opportunities, there are. Recently, social scientists have also raised a big issue that is that there is a huge generation gap today. Teenagers who are about to graduate from high school or in their final years often find themselves misunderstood. The misunderstanding leads them to make wrong decisions, which can potentially ruin their future. To bridge this gap and help the young generation at an emotional level where they feel welcome, understood, appreciated, and secure is crucial. This is where the cognition, mentor, Mentor.org has a lot of stories to tell, and they are always willing to share the experiences of people working with them for inspirational purposes. You can always arrange a seminar or webinar and engage those people to come and share their stories. Around 89% of all mentees go on to mentor others who are trapped in their situations and require some guidance. Fortune 500 companies strongly believe in mentorship. 70% of all the Fortune 500 companies strongly believe in mentorship programs and may have enacted their own mentoring departments that provide such services. Psychologists and sociologists have reported that a good relationship between a mentor and a mentee has always been a huge confidence booster for both. The three are the attributes associated with mentor. They are all available, analytical, and active listening. Having a mentor brings contentment and happiness into life of the mentee. Happiness is almost assured. Admit it or not, occasionally someone somewhere requires a mentor to guide them in a moment of crisis or confusion or difficulty. A mentor fulfills those needs and gives hope to the one in dire need of them. Being there for someone, positively guiding them, is a service. We require more people who play a positive role in making lives better for people. I'm a Mentor Day is a perfect opportunity to fill that gap and be like an elder brother or like a fatherly figure or someone in desperate need of advice. Mentoring carries a lot of significance. The message reaches a good majority of the people. Many would want to sign up and start their mentoring program. In this regard, the more number of mentors and mentees we have, the greater the impact will be. Today is also commemorated I am not going to take it anymore day in US. The start of a new year is a good time to reflect on our lives and decide what we want to change about them. This day is dedicated to standing up for yourself, a day of taking control. It aims to inspire start with a new attitude that combines both being strong and honest. You don't have to be angry to participate, you just have to be true to yourself and know when you had enough. Revolution, when viewed through the lens of political science and history, is a radical change to an accepted order. This usually refers to the established government or social institutions. It can be sudden, sometimes civil, sometimes violent. North American colonies reject British imperial rule and gains independence in 1775 to 1783. The people rise in defiance of the centuries old French monarchy between the French Revolution time, 1789 to 1799. Today is also commemorated as National Bobblehead Day, January 7th, 2024. It is found it tough to take bobblehead seriously. You are not alone. But perhaps you should and neighborhood. Mhm. Today is also commemorated as National Tempura Day in US. Japanese dish made from deep frying vegetables or other foods dipped in a light batter of flour and water. Tempura has been with us for about 3 centuries, although the Portuguese living in Nagasaki in the 16th century introduced it. Tempura has become entrenched in the Japanese culture, and you can find tempura everywhere in Japan today. On this day, you can enjoy tempura in different ways, including the dipping sauce of something more experimental like tempura ice cream. Portuguese missionaries originally introduced the deep fried food method of cooking, now associated with tempura in Japanese city, Nagasaki, in 1600s. The original tempura dish was served during Lent and an annual Christian event, where many Christian denominations are forbidden to eat meat. Remarkably, the name tempura stems from the Latin word ad tempora, chorus meanings in the time of Lent. The event was mistaken for the dish name, and tempura came to stay. When it was introduced, the method of deep frying food was not common and relatively new to Japan. The Japanese caught on the new technique and skillfully made art out of it. Tempura today has become a sought after snack that accompanies meals in households and public places from inception. Tempura was made of minced meat in a ball shaped fish and vegetables. But in the 1800s, the Japanese chefs tried frying fish and vegetables together. As a result, the Japanese culinary style became fully immersed in tempura and became uniquely Japanese. Today, the preparation and sales of tempura have become an important part of the Japanese cuisine. Though the transformation of tempura, the Japanese have shown their own brilliance in consolidating foreign foods into unique Japanese foods. Today is also commemorated as Old Rock Day. Every year on January 7th to remember Earth's incredible history and pay tribute to the amazing geologist who would help us to understand it. We have been dependent on the rocks since we first walked on the earth, and today is no different, with rocks forming the foundation of our daily lives. So, if we want to reveal in remarkable old rocks and sit back and spend time with the stone, we got some polished ideas for making this day more memorable. The study of rocks that was first introduced by the ancient Greek Theophasus in the work Perilithon on stones and became the cornerstone of theology for other interested scientists in the West. The study was advanced by Pliny the Elder, who recorded numerous minerals and metals in great detail, with a particular focus on their practical use. Although working without the tools we use today, Pliny was able to correctly identify the origin of amber as fossil tree resin. It wasn't until 1603 when the word geology was used for the first time by Italian naturalist Ulzi Alrovandi. It took a further 150 years for the first geological maps to be drawn by British geologist William Smith, whose work began the process of ordering rock layers by examining the fossils contained in them. Then in 1785, James Hutton wrote and presented a paper to the Royal Society of Edinburgh called Theory of the Earth, which outlined his belief that the world was far older than previously thought. His breakthrough made him widely considered a modern geologist. In 1809, William McClure produced the first geological map of the USA, a task he completed thanks to 2 painstaking years spent personally traversing the country with the invention of radiometric dating in the early 20th century. Scientists could finally prove an accurate figure for the age of Earth by tracing the radioactive impurities found in the rocks. It helps scientists to see the Earth is one very old rock indeed. Rocks have been essential for human development, which is why we celebrate Old Rock Day and the wonder of geological world. The earliest known study of geology is written by an ancient Greek, Theophrastus, the first geologist in the West in 287 BC. The Roman writer Pliny the Elder records the origins and uses of rocks and minerals in 79 AD. The name for the study of the earth is first used by Italian naturalist Ulisse Alrovandi, and geology is coined in 1603. James Hutton presents his paper entitled Theory of Earth to the Royal Society of Edinburgh in 1785, the first modern geologist. James Hutton presents his paper entitled The Theory of Earth to the Royal Society of Edinburgh, the first modern geologist, 1785. Celebrate the rocks that mean the most to you, whether that's rock that gave you a favorite piece of jewelry or the rocks that built the home you live in. They are everywhere. All rocks are natural. Today we often help nature along by speeding up the rock making process. So some rocks you encounter could be a mixture of natural and artificial materials. On June 27, we celebrate all kinds of music with the World Day of Music, but there's nothing stopping you from rocking out on Old Rock Day too. Head out to park, beach, or stream and look closely at the rocks in your path. Are there any ancient specimens embedded in the stones? Hunt for fossils. By mixing together a salt dough and pressing items in, you can form your own fossil replicas. And it's a perfect way to introduce kids to geology. From Uluru in Australia to Rat Rock in Central Park, there are plenty of famous rocks part of our society today. It's some pretty amazing histories. The pyramids are primarily constructed from limestone. Meteorites, rocks from outer space, frequently fall to us here on Earth. If you see a shooting star, that's a meteorite entering the Earth's atmosphere. Strange as it may sound, rocks give us the minerals necessary for everyday household items like toothpaste, soap, cosmetics, and batteries. Rocks are more useful than you think. So you brush your teeth with rocks. Although imperceptible to the human eye, rocks are changing constantly. Heat and pressure will change rocks over thousands of years depending on their environment, and they are always changing. Presidents live in them. The four presidents residing on the face of Mount Rushmore are carved into a granite rock beneath the mountain surface. Studying the natural world helps us protect, preserve, predict, and it's so what we can live in harmony with nature. And geology is cool. The study brings of our homes to sidewalk beneath our feet. Rocks are essential for the existence of the human race. Rocks are useful. Some of the most coveted things in the world today, gold, diamonds, and other gemstones, are minerals formed from old rocks. You can still find them in the natural world if you know where to look. And today is also one more day that is commemorated. Finally, the last commemoration for the day. Today is also commemorated as National Pass Gas Day in US. And there is no better time to express ourselves and free our bowels to the stale air without shame. Passing gas is one of those things that will make anyone giggle, from children to adults. Did you know that gas we pass contains methane and hydrogen, making them flammable? But not to worry, you don't need an insane amount of gas to be able to burst into flames just from passing gas. So you can keep on passing as much as gas as you desire. Humans have given several innovative fun names and slang terms to the process of passing gas, including fart, mess, drop a bomb, toot, rip one, break the wind, cut one, cut the cheese, guff, trump, and break one loose, and many more. In most cases, we consider passing gas as a really bad and disgusting thing to do. If you drop one near others, they might all look at you with disapproving eyes. And although it is not hygienic or civil to pass gas in public places or when we are eating, passing gas is a very important part of human metabolism. It is a natural phenomenon and the body's way of passing out waste gases trapped in one's belly due to digestion. We produce around 17 to 68 ounces of gas in our intestines daily and release it through the anus at intervals. The gas is the byproduct of the digestion process and contains several gases, including oxygen, methane, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, hydrogen, and 1% of sulfur, which causes the smell. The first mention of the word fart was in 1632, meaning sending forth wind from the anus. Subsequently, several other writers and jokesters started using the word and concept until it became commonplace. Our knowledge of the origin of National Pass Gas Day is sketchy at best, but now celebrated annually on January 7th. It is a day set aside to giggle at our crazy bodies, create awareness on the importance of passing gas, and talk about food products that cause gas secretions like eggs, broccoli, beans, cabbage, and dairy products. Different causes can lead to an increase in farting frequency, and it might be diet pressure or symptoms of an underlying medical condition. You can regulate your diet accordingly and consult your doctor. Sulfur, one of the components contained in the gas, is what causes fart smell. Other causes are food intolerance, high fiber foods, certain medications and antibiotics, and constipation causes smelly farts. Avoid gassy foods to get rid of constant gas. Avoiding gassy foods like beans, broccoli, eggs, and cabbage. Also, avoid carbonated drinks and beer and eat slowly so that you can swallow less air while eating. So, pass gas, there is no better day to pass gas than a National Pass Gas Day, unashamedly with friends and family for laughs. And even fart championships are organized in different communities and countries of the world. On this day, you can attend or watch them online. Educate yourself about a diet that reduces gas. If someone who farts a lot, this is an opportunity to learn about proper diets and balance your internal metabolism and reduce gas. Most times, farting is as a result of foods we eat. So, by reducing the foods that produces gas, we can reduce the farting. Fart travels about 10 feet per second or even 7 miles per hour. Studies have shown that the average person farts at least 14 times a day. Animals also fart, including cows, sheep, and dogs. Termites fart the most. Animals fart too. Mountain climbers fart more as they climb higher due to increased pressure, which expands their intestines, while the reverse is the case for scuba divers. Air pressure also affects farting. Flottalists have made their career in farting. In China, there are even professional fart smellers who have been trained to diagnose digestive diseases by smelling a person's fart. People make careers out of farting. This day allows us to fart without remorse or shame. Everyone can choose to have a good laugh while relieving themselves of held in gases because of etiquette. It's an opportunity to unburden ourselves unshamedly. Writers like Shakespeare, Geoffrey Chaucer, Jonathan Swift, and James Joyce mention flatulence in several of their works to create comic relief. It's in our favorite works of literature. Passing gas among friends can be super fun and a bonding experience as you see who can fart the loudest. Passing gas can also be a fun game. So, with this, we shall end today's commemorations. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. And we request everyone to quickly fill the feedback form before you leave the platform. The feedback form has been raised in the form of polls. See you all tomorrow at the same time with the same link with different commemorations. Take care. Good night.